everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel with me, Monique. For today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that you could get easily at a thrift store or pre-owned. If you're interested in this kind of content, I upload videos weekly about style, mindful shopping, travel, and everything in between. So if you're not a subscriber already, I would really appreciate it if you would like to take the time and subscribe to my channel. So I'm really into sustainable, and I used to have a vintage store in New York. I always try to be more eco-friendly and more sustainable in my shopping. I often buy pre-owned, I often go thrifting or go to vintage shops, especially because things that were made in the past were actually much more well made than things that you find in the stores now. Also, materials, fabrics, those are very, very important for me. I always avoid wearing non-natural fabric, like polyester or things in that nature, that is made out of plastic. So it is bad for the environment, especially how badly they are made nowadays. You buy something and after 3-4 weeks it's not wearable anymore. And thrift shopping or vintage shopping is also a great way if you don't have the budget to buy something full price in the store. You could find the same or similar items at your local thrift shops, your local vintage shops, because fashion is a cycle. Whatever you think is trendy now, it is actually not. It is actually just a recycled thing from the past. Without further ado, in my opinion, there are 5 things that you could get pre-owned and pay for less and get a better quality item. First category on the list is for silk scarf. For example, I am wearing a Gucci silk scarf. It has that floral pattern that everyone knows and familiar with. I got it at a Goodwill years ago. It was probably only like $6-7, and you can imagine a new Gucci scarves nowadays are around $400 to $500. If you buy that polyester scarves from H&M or Forever 21, they're polyester. They would probably cost more than what you could find in the thrift store. There is no scarcity of scarves in vintage stores or thrift stores. You could always find them, and most of the time you can find them in silk. They do have the polyester as well, because in the 70s when they started wearing a lot of like polyester, 60s, 70s, they did make a lot of things from polyester. But you could also get a lot of silk items. So not only this, I have a few that I got. This one is not a designer, but this is silk. This is a beautiful like polka dot. I love this one. This one is actually Pucci, which again I found while thrifting. You see, it says Emilio Pucci. It has the tag still. There you go. And of course 100% silk. Beautiful. Next category is silk shirt. I love silk shirts. Silk is one of my favorite fabric, so I always love anything and everything with silk, and I love a good silk shirt. This one is from Ralph Lauren collection, just a simple one. I don't actually remember where I got it from, but I'm sure it is very inexpensive. This is great with jeans and everything. This one is Guy Laroche. It has that bow that you can tie. Plenty of silk shirts you can find. Next one, we have sweater, but specifically cashmere sweater. I live for cashmere sweater. I got rid of most of my cashmere sweater when I moved here because I wouldn't be needing them at all. I cannot tell you the amount of cashmere sweaters you can find in New York. It's just plentiful. I'm telling you, cashmere is beautiful, especially for the dead of winter. It is warmer than wool, but it's like light, so you don't feel suffocated and you don't have to wear like really chunky sweater. It's the best. It's just the best. In the dead of winter, that's all I want to wear. This is one that I keep. This is a beautiful turtleneck. Simple, beautiful, goes with everything. You can find them in every color of the rainbow. Next in the category is a blazer. Everyone loves a good blazer, and the best place to find a blazer is a thrift store. There's always like a different style of blazer that is on trend. The boyfriend style, the oversized one, double-breasted, single-breasted, or a plaid blazer. If you want to keep up with the trends, that always changing, going to a thrift store is the best way to do that, because you just have to spend like $10-20 and you get yourself a really good blazer. This one is amazing. It's double-breasted, plaid, beautiful, with a hint of green, and it's really such a great neutral. I love it. It goes well with everything. This one is from Brooks Brothers, so of a Louis Farraud blazer that I got from Brussels when I went there. The last category that you could find easily in a thrift store is, of course, a coat. There's always racks of coats that you can find in a thrift store, and they're very, very inexpensive. You know, a coat can be very expensive, especially if you buy something that is in a good quality, and you want coat that is in a good quality because it is for winter. You want to be warm. You don't want something that you wear and it just doesn't do anything, so you have to like layer 6 layers underneath the coat. You want something that would keep you warm, something that is stylish, but it doesn't break your budget. So a thrift store or a vintage store is a great place to find. Since I moved here, I have gotten rid of a lot of my coats. Coats used to be my thing because in New York you walk everywhere and you're always outside, you know, you're always exposed to the weather, so no one really sees what you wear underneath. What's more important is your coat. You know, you really want to change up your coats because that's the first thing and possibly the only thing that people would see. This one is a beautiful one. This is a Christian Dior coat with the Canache print. This is a lighter coat, so this is for fall because it's not really like thick, so it's more like for fall. You can layer it with like a cashmere sweater underneath. It's just a beautiful silhouette. Love the leather color. Another great example is this Saint Laurent jacket. It's kind of like a pea coat, which is a style that's always trendy every season in my opinion. I scored this one for $80 only. It was at a vintage store, one of my favorites in downtown New York. They were having clearance and this was $80. I've had it for years and I still love it. I love how it's a pea coat, so you can wear anything underneath and it doesn't bulk up. And it's a good pop of color as opposed to wearing black all the time. Okay guys, that's all I have for today's video. Those are the 5 categories of clothing that I think you would find easily in a pre-owned market if you want to look stylish and also environmentally friendly without breaking your budget. Let me know in the comment section down below if you shop vintage or pre-owned. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!